Hey guys, what is up? It is Achilles, as you can probably tell, probably by the big yellow writing right in front of you that says Achilles, or the fact that you're watching on Achilles editing channel. Today I'm going to be doing a very quick Photoshop tutorial in Photoshop CS4 here. I would love to do, as many of the comments said in my last video, Cinema 4D, After Effects, intro tutorial, but today I really do not have the time, as I really need to catch a train pretty soon to go to university and see my girlfriend, with it being Valentine's Day and whatnot, because I'm such a lovely guy. No, really, but all you guys laughing, you're probably virgins. Ha, I joke. No, but today, as I said, I'm going to be doing a Photoshop tutorial. What I'm going to be doing is this neon green, well, it doesn't have to be green actually, I'm talking crap. Neon wire that goes around your logo or any object. You can use it in speed arts. You can use it, as I go to my background here, for desktops or like in YouTube backgrounds and such. Game Bouts logos, pretty much anything. What I'll also do is show you how to do this brush in the background. Many of you probably already know, I've showed quite a few people in my old tutorials, but I'll go over it once again for my new subscribers who have not seen it yet. So I'm just going to quickly delete these so we can get started. In fact, I'll delete the whole background as well, very quickly. Right. I'll have to drag this. No, I'll have to make a new layer first. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I haven't made a tutorial in a while, as you already know. Right, there we go. Lovely. So when you've got Photoshop open, go to File, New. Make sure your width is 1280 by 720. This is the typical HD setup for YouTube, for HD videos. That's the screen size that most of you view at, or for the best quality. So once you've got that open, you're going to want to make a background, so you select the gradient tool from the left hand sidebar, or by pushing G on your keyboard. Select which colors you want. You can get gradients from pretty much any graphics pack these days. Select the radial gradient, which is the second one along on the top bar up here. Roughly click the middle, doesn't have to be spot on. Hold it, don't let go. Hold the shift key as well, so you're going to need to multitask here, or use two hands. That's what she said. But when you're holding the shift key and your left mouse key, drag out, up, down, left or right, anything, but don't let go of the shift key, or keep it a straight line. If you let go of the shift key, it'll go all over like this, whereas if you hold shift, it is a straight line. So drag it just outside of your composition and let go of both, and it creates a nice little gradient for you to work with as a background here. Now the next thing you want to do is import the object that you want. I'm quickly going to grab one from my little stash down here. Got quite a few 3D stuff. I'm just going to select one very quickly. Can be anything at all. I'm going to select this because it says Soldier, and my little friend Toon Soldier is a really cool guy. And it gives you kind of an idea what you would be using on, rather than a sphere that you made in C4D. Because I imagine quite a few of you will be using this in speed art or YouTube backgrounds, and probably wrapping it around 3D text, much like this. So import your text into the Photoshop, put it in the middle. Make a new layer by pushing this little tab down here, create a new layer. Make sure it's above your object. Select the pen tool by pushing P or clicking this icon over here. Now click outside of your image, pretty much anywhere. I'm going to click up here on the left. Then click down here and hold, don't let go, and drag it out so it's not a straight line, it's a bit curved down here. You do that by holding and dragging either to the left or to the right. Get the angle right that you want. I'm going to go with that. It's very cool. Let go and click somewhere else. And click up here and hold. Drag down. Let go. Click somewhere else. Drag. Let go. Click somewhere else. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get tighter each time, like closer to the text. So just carry on with that until you've finally filled up all the area. Oh, that one's a bit close. That'll do. Almost done, just bear with me, guys. How do I finish this off? Nah, that'll do. Right, so once you have that made, you've got your background, your text, and now the little pen tool that you've just created, the line. You want to go to your brush tool by pushing B or clicking the paintbrush on your left, up here. Best thing to probably do, instead of looking through all your brushes, as I'm sure they're all meddled up, is click this arrow up here, push reset brushes, push OK. Now, you want it really thin, between 5 and 9 I would go for, so for this I'm going to go for a nice 5, it's nice and small. Click off, you don't need a brush anywhere, you're just making sure the brush tool is selected and the right size. You want to go back to your pen tool by pushing P, or this picture of an ink pen up here, I've forgotten what the correct term for it's called. But anyway, you want to right click the line that you just made, push stroke path. It's like the second one you can push from the bottom, because this one isn't really clickable. Make sure it's set the brush. I know there's a few options such as sponge, pencil, eraser, etc., but it has to be brush or this won't work. Make sure simulate pressure is off. Push OK. And as you can see, it has filled the line that you made with a nice stroke. You want to right click the line again, push delete path this time, and it'll get rid of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click up here where it says my line tool that I've created, go to blending options. I'm going to add a drop shadow, make it a little bit bigger by increasing the spread and the size to the size is just a bit bigger than the spread. You can add a stroke, I guess, but I'm not going to for this. And I'm going to change the color of the drop shadow to a nice blue, same as the text. Push OK. Then I want to change the blend mode of the drop shadow to normal and change the opacity to 100%. Great. That'll do just fine. I'll push OK. Now what we want to do is have it wrap around the text instead of just being in front of it. So in order to do that, we want to make sure our line tool is selected. We want to hold Control and click the object that we will be doing it around. In this case it'll be text. You want to hold Control and click the thumbnail, not the writing over here, it has to be the thumbnail, and you have to be holding Control. And as you can see, it'll make like a, I don't know, like a kind of outline around it, and it should be flashing and moving about. That way you know you've done it right. You want to go to your eraser tool now, select, make sure it's a hard round brush. I'm going to go with a size 19 and crank it up to about 50. That's great. Get rid of that. Now you can freely delete as you please. Start up here, and as you can see I can go over it and it won't delete any more than what is inside of the text layer. It's a really handy tool. Not many people do it this way. Sometimes we use the soft brush and do it, but I assure you this is a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot quicker and a hell of a lot tidier. So just delete the area that you don't want very quickly. You can see how quick that was and how effective it is. And to get rid of this kind of mask, I guess, you want to hold Control and push D for deselect. Now you can see the sort of effect that you've got already. It wraps around it in loops and round and round. A very nice quick glowing effect. If you go to Matty DC's there, I'm not sure how you pronounce his surname, I'm sorry for that, Matty. MDC, you probably know him as. His logo's always got it on and it looks really cool. That sort of gave me the idea to do this tutorial. So that's going to come in really handy for you for your either speed arts or YouTube backgrounds. So now I'm quickly going to get on to the second part of the tutorial, which is showing you how to do the brush effect in the background, which is lots of circles, as I've seen many people clicking like this with a 19, then going to a smaller brush, clicking somewhere, going to a bigger brush, clicking somewhere, and it's just too much hassle, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to select my background layer from the layer panel over here, make a new layer just above it by clicking the little tool down there. Here. Then I'm going to push the brush tool, go to my 19 round brush. It's a default brush, so it's fine. Everyone will have it. Crank it up to about, I'm going to go with a 50. Anywhere around 50 and 60 for this will be fine. Click off. And as you can see, there's a book tool up here where my cursor is. I'm just going to hover over it to see what it says. Toggle the brushes panel. So it's just a brush panel, it's called. For you, everything will be default. So the first thing you want to tick is shape dynamics. Make sure it's ticked and go into the options for it. The size jitter will be here default. It'll be on 0. You want to change it up to 100%. You want to ignore minimum diameter and pen pressure. You want to ignore roundness jitter and minimum roundness. The angle jitter you could probably put up. It really doesn't make any difference, I don't think. I'll put it around 13%. The next box you want to tick is scattering, just below it. So click that, and as you can see, it's scattered all the brush all over the place. Default, it will be set on 0, so change it all the way up to 1000%. Make sure control is off, count is on 1, and control jitter is on 0%. Control to off, and that is that option done. Ignore texture, ignore dual brush, ignore color dynamics. Tick other dynamics right here, go into it. Default, the opacity jitter will be about 1%, I think, so you want to change that all the way up to 100%. Flow jitter will also be very low. You can play about with that, it's completely up to you, it's optional. You can leave it off, you can change it up for a bit more opacity look. I'm going to go with about 75%. Click that off, that is perfectly fine. Make sure the layer is selected just below, just in front of your background. So it's not under it, it's above it. Then you want to click and hold up the top and drag down. Or you can do it just around your text. That's what I'm going to do. Just click and drag and move my mouse about. And you can see what it does, it effectively draws it for you. I only clicked once and dragged and it did the rest for me. I'm not holding anything now, it's just doing it for me. There we go. So that's a very quick little effect that you can use in speed arts or backgrounds as well, up the side of your YouTube layout. So with that selected, you want to go up here where it says normal, with blend mode. Click down the option bar and select overlay. And as you can see, you've made it even more transparent and goes with the color of the background and looks pretty sweet. Or you can go to screen, which is a lot brighter. For this I'm going to go with the overlay, but I am going to right click the brush that we just made, go to blending options, and I'm going to add a drop shadow just to give it a little bit standing out effect. In fact, I'm going to take that off rather for this tutorial, and I'm going to add a color overlay. I'm going to select that option, select the little tool up here, the color. I'm going to go off so I get the little ink dropper and select the blue that we used and push OK and OK again. And you can see the sort of effect that we've got. For finishing touches, you could select the object that you did. So in this case, I've got soldier as the text. Go to blending options on this. Maybe add a stroke, a drop shadow, or something like that. I'll add a bit of a drop shadow, crank it the spread and the size up quite a bit. That'll do just fine. Change the color to the same blue. Push OK. Change the opacity up to 100% and change the mode to normal. And it'll give it a nice little blue glowing effect there. Maybe make the color a bit brighter. Oh, it's a bit dark. There we go. Yeah, lovely jubbly. Push OK. There we go. So that's been two very quick tutorials in the time frame of one. I hope you enjoyed it, and the next tutorial will be either showing you how to do a sweet transition in After Effects for your montages, or an intro tutorial or something along those lines. I will go through the comments and see what has the highest rate. So if there's something in the comments that you really like, give the guy a thumbs up. I know, you know, thumbs up hauls and stuff, but if it's going to help you in the long run, just go for it. And I'll see you guys next time. It should be sometime this week, maybe Wednesday or something like that. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you use it. If you do happen to use this, leave a video response. Show me what you did, because I'm pretty interested to know actually. So I'll see you guys next week, or through this week. I'll let you know closer to the time. And also, I'd like to thank you for 1.4k, as I haven't already. I'm well on my way to 1.5k now, so when I achieve that, I'll be doing an open lobby and maybe a JFX pack or something along those lines, maybe a YouTube template pack. So for the 20th time, I'll say goodbye and I'll see you guys maybe Wednesday.